The containment cell hummed with the low frequency of energy barriers, casting an eerie blue glow across the reinforced walls. Commander Zixtal of the Hegemony Collective studied the human specimen through the observation window, his 4 compound eyes reflecting disappointment. Fascinating, he clicked to his subordinate, Lieutenant Velthar. The creature appears completely catatonic. 3 cycles of neural probing and it hasn't even attempted communication. The human sat motionless in the center of the cell, her dark hair cascading over her face like a veil. Her breathing was shallow, mechanical. To the Hegemony scientists, she appeared utterly broken, a failed experiment in their grand catalog of subjugated species. Dr. Elena Vasquez had been conscious for every moment of those 3 days. Though she gave no indication, the neural probes felt like ice picks driven through her skull, but she endured. She cataloged every detail, the guard rotations, the energy patterns of her cell, the frequency of their scans. Most importantly, she listened. The Hegemony spoke in bioelectric pulses, but Elena's enhanced neural implants, military-grade modifications from the Terran Defense Corps, slowly deciphered their language. What she learned filled her with cold fury. Earth had fallen. Her homeworld with its 8 billion souls had been processed for resources. The Hegemony viewed humans as nothing more than interesting biological specimens, somewhere between clever pets and useful livestock. They spoke of breeding programs, of harvesting human creativity for their collective consciousness, of reducing her species to components. "Sir," Velthar's translator crackled, "the specimen shows no signs of the legendary human fighting spirit documented in other sectors. Perhaps this one is defective." Zixtal's mandibles clicked in amusement. The reports of human resilience were likely exaggerated. This one seems as docile as a vegan cattle beast. Elena's fingers twitched almost imperceptibly. The movement was so subtle that neither alien noticed, but it represented something significant. She had just interfaced with the ship's computer system through trace electromagnetic fields. Her implants weren't just for translation. They were warfare technology, designed for electronic infiltration behind enemy lines. For 72 hours, Elena mapped every system aboard the Hegemony research vessel. Inevitable conclusion. She learned that the ship housed 200 crew members and contained samples from 47 different conquered species. Most importantly, she discovered that the ship's main computer linked directly to the Hegemony's collective consciousness network. On the 4th day, as Commander Zixtal prepared to transfer the broken human to long-term storage, Elena finally moved. She stood slowly, each movement precise and deliberate. The guards barely reacted until she smiled. "Thank you," Elena said in perfect Hegemony bioelectric, her voice resonating through their communication frequencies with impossible clarity. "You've taught me everything I need to know." Zixtal stumbled backward, his compound eyes widening. "Impossible. The neural barriers should prevent—" "Your neural barriers work on alien psychology," Elena interrupted, stepping toward the energy field that confined her. "But you fundamentally misunderstood what you were dealing with." She placed her palm against the containment field. Instead of being repelled, the energy began to fluctuate wildly. Her implants weren't just interfacing with the ship's systems, they were rewriting them. "You see, humans don't break the way you think they do," Elena continued conversationally as alarms began blaring throughout the ship. "We don't just endure suffering, we learn from it, we adapt. We weaponize our pain." The containment field collapsed. Elena stepped through as if walking through morning mist. "Stop her!" Zixtal screeched, but his commands fell on deaf ears. Elena's virus had already propagated through the ship's communication network, spreading into every system, every implant, every connection to the Hegemony's collective consciousness. The guards raised their plasma weapons, but the triggers wouldn't respond. Their targeting systems displayed error messages in a script they couldn't read. System corrupted. Human vengeance protocol activated. Elena walked calmly through the ship's corridors as chaos erupted around her. Doors sealed randomly, life support fluctuated in non-critical areas, and the ship's artificial intelligence began broadcasting a message in thousands of languages, all the tongues of species the Hegemony had processed. In the ship's central data core, Elena found what she was looking for: the preserved genetic samples and neural patterns of 47 extinct civilizations. The Hegemony had kept them as trophies, never realizing they were assembling their own destruction. "Computer," Elena commanded, her implants now fully integrated with the ship's systems. Upload all stored genetic and cultural data to the following coordinates. She transmitted the location of Earth's hidden colony ships, vessels, that had escaped the initial invasion and now drifted in the void, their populations in cryogenic sleep, waiting for a chance to rebuild. What are you doing? Sixtal demanded as he stumbled into the data core, his exoskeleton cracking under stress. Elena turned to face him, and for the first time, he truly saw the predator that humans could become. Her eyes held no madness, no rage, only the cold calculation of a species that had clawed its way to the top of the food chain on a death world. I'm teaching you the same lesson you taught Earth, she replied. The difference is humans remember. With a thought, Elena activated the ship's self-destruct sequence, but not before her virus completed its primary function, propagating through the hegemony's collective consciousness network, carrying with it the accumulated knowledge, rage, and determination of 47 dead civilizations. As the inevitable conclusion tore itself apart in a brilliant explosion, Elena's consciousness uploaded itself into the network, becoming something more than human, more than individual. She became vengeance incarnate, carrying the voices of the extinct into the heart of their destroyers. Across hegemony space, collective nodes began failing as the virus spread. In their arrogance, they had created a perfect network for their own destruction. The consciousness of the conquered, led by one unbroken human, began the slow work of dismantling their empire from within. The hegemony had thought the human was broken. They never realized she was just learning how to break them back.